Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Neil Gray's disastrous time running the NHS in Scotland is about to get far, far worse. Christmas is approaching, he's already facing record delays, and he's admitted that things not may do, but will get worse. I would suggest catastrophically worse. I think we're going to see record deaths. It can't be avoided. The new figures just released today, again every month, show the worst waiting list ever. Last month was the worst waiting list ever, and now this month is the worst waiting list ever. What do we think is going to happen in December or January or February? It's just not going to ease back. The statistics completely dispute what John Swinney was saying the other day. But Scotland's got the best performing health service in Britain. That's now a lie by a long measure. And of course, the man responsible is Neil Gray. But Neil Gray, although he's responsible, he's not actually doing his job. He doesn't go around the hospitals. He doesn't see the staff. He doesn't talk to doctors and nurses. He doesn't even talk to the managers anymore. He doesn't answer the phone. He has a whole department of people dealing with problems without bothering him because he's out of his depth. Now, he was forced yesterday to come out and speak because, he has to occasionally come onto the in front of the people, wave a tentacle. And he come out and go, I urge people to back this budget. But the only reason is because if they don't and there's an election, he knows he's out. And after all, who the hell is going to employ him? Fail after fail after fail. A man with very little experience. The figures that were released showed 66.6% of people, 2/3 of people attended A&E, were seen within the 4-hour target, which means that 1/3 of all people weren't. 1/3 of 1 in 3 people turning up couldn't be seen in time. The worst record for the month ever. October. That was in October 24, which was the worst month ever. 16,000 people waited over 8 hours and 7,500 waited over 12 hours. Now, we've done the stories, the horror stories. I'm going to get away from those numbers there. They're dry. We've done the horror stories of people dying in ambulances because they can't get into the A&E, and would have been saved had they been in A&E. We've done the story about the woman who was waiting so long in one ambulance, it was running out of fuel. They transferred her to another ambulance so the first one could go off, get some fuel and go and attend. She had 2 patients in one ambulance, neither of which could get into the hospital. This is how bad it is. And then you get Swinney going out there and telling them bollocks and bullshittery. Oh, the SNP are looking after the NHS. We've got the best NHS in Britain. Blah, blah, bollocky bollocks. Honestly, this man could lie for a living. Well, for me, he does. But you can't believe a word he says. I mean, I've long given up believing anything that anyone says a long time ago. But, for him to think that he's going to get away with it, or perhaps he doesn't. Perhaps he doesn't think he's going to get away with it. Perhaps he just assumes, one of those, I'm going to lie. I might as well lie anyway. I think that's probably nearer the truth. But we can't let them forget this. These are real people dying. These are real people in pain and suffering. People people you're related to. Punish the SNP. Come the next election, regardless of who you normally vote for. Send the message. Let them suffer like they are making people suffer themselves. Let me know what you think. Thanks very much. Goodbye.